Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that proves you should never, ever judge a book by its cover. It's the incredible tale of a man they called just a janitor, but whose secret past held a kill count that would make most seasoned soldiers shudder. This isn't a movie plot. This is the real-life story of William Bill Crawford. To his colleagues at the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, Bill was the quiet, unassuming janitor. He was a familiar, friendly face, always diligently mopping floors, cleaning latrines, and ensuring the campus was spotless for the future leaders of the Air Force. The cadets saw him as a humble, hard-working man, perhaps a bit shy, but always dependable. They'd greet him in the hallways, maybe share a quick, polite nod. To them, he was just Bill, the janitor. They had absolutely no idea they were walking past a living legend, a hero of the highest order. The story of how his secret was revealed is almost as amazing as his past. It all started with a young cadet, James Moshgott, who was studying World War II history. He was reading a book about the Allied invasion of Italy and came across a particularly harrowing account of the Battle for Hill 424. The book described a private who, in the face of overwhelming enemy fire, single-handedly took on and destroyed 3 German machine gun nests. This soldier's bravery was so extraordinary, so far beyond the call of duty, that he was recommended for the Medal of Honor, the United States' highest military decoration for valor. The name of this heroic private was William Crawford. The cadet was intrigued. Could this be a relative of their campus janitor? The name wasn't incredibly common, but it wasn't unique either. A coincidence? He thought. But curiosity got the better of him. He and a few friends decided to do something a little audacious. The next time they saw Bill, they casually asked him, "Hey Bill, were you ever in the army? Were you in the 36th Infantry Division during World War II?" Bill stopped what he was doing, looked at them, and in his typical quiet manner, simply replied, "Yep, that was me." The cadets were stunned into silence. He then went on to mention, almost as an afterthought, that he was awarded the Medal of Honor. But he added a curious detail. He said he never actually received the medal because he was captured by the Germans and spent the rest of the war as a prisoner of war. At the time, the medal was presumed to have been awarded posthumously to his father, as he was believed to have been killed in action. The cadets were floored. The man they saw every day, cleaning up their messes, was a national hero. Let's paint a clearer picture of what Private Crawford did on September 13th, 1943, near Altavilla Silentina, Italy. His company was pinned down by intense machine gun fire from a series of well-entrenched German positions on a strategic hill. With his platoon leader wounded, Crawford, on his own initiative and without any orders, crawled forward through a hail of bullets. He located the first machine gun nest and, with perfect timing, lobbed a grenade, completely destroying the position and its crew. But he wasn't done. He advanced to a second gun emplacement, this time under direct fire. He managed to dismantle it with his rifle, taking out the crew. As the rest of his company moved up to support him, they were again halted by a third, more fortified machine gun nest. Once more, William Crawford crawled forward, braving the enemy fire, and silenced the third position. He single-handedly cleared the path for his company to advance. It was an act of almost unbelievable courage. Shortly after this heroic feat, he was captured during the chaos of the battle and spent 19 months as a POW. The army, believing he had been killed, awarded his Medal of Honor to his father. After the war, when Crawford was repatriated with other American prisoners, he returned home quietly. He re-enlisted in the army in 1947, married, and started a family. He served for over 20 years, eventually retiring with the rank of Master Sergeant. After his long military career, He sought a quiet life. He took the job as a janitor at the Air Force Academy, wanting to stay connected to the military environment he knew so well. But in a peaceful background role, he never spoke of his past. He never boasted about his medal. He saw his actions as simply doing his duty, nothing more. He was content with his life, seeking no recognition. But those cadets changed everything. They couldn't let this stand. This man was a hero of the highest caliber, and they felt he deserved to be recognized by the very institution he now served so humbly. They spread the word. Soon, the entire cadet wing and the Academy's leadership knew the truth about their janitor. The story reached the highest levels, and it was decided that Bill Crawford deserved a formal, public recognition of his incredible valor. So, in 1984, during the Air Force Academy's graduation ceremony, something extraordinary happened. President Ronald Reagan was the guest speaker, and in front of the entire graduating class, the faculty, and visiting dignitaries, Master Sergeant William Crawford was finally formally and publicly presented with his Medal of Honor. You can imagine the scene. The quiet janitor, who for years had been an invisible fixture on campus, was now standing on stage next to the President of the United States, receiving the nation's highest honor. The applause was thunderous and lasted for minutes. It was a powerful, emotional moment for everyone present. Bill's story had a profound impact on the Air Force Academy. One of the cadets from that time, who later became a colonel, wrote about the lessons he learned from Bill Crawford. He learned that leaders should be humble. Bill was a Master Sergeant and a Medal of Honor recipient, yet he scrubbed toilets and greeted cadets with a simple hello. He learned that you should never take people for granted. Bill's story was a stark reminder that heroes, that people with incredible stories of courage and sacrifice, are all around us, often in the most unexpected places. He also learned that titles and positions don't define a person. Bill's official title was janitor, but he was so much more. He was a warrior, a leader, a mentor, and an inspiration. The cadets learned to look beyond the uniform, or in this case, the janitor's overalls, and see the true character within. Bill taught them that true leadership and worth aren't about the rank on your collar or the title on your door. They're about your actions, your integrity, and your character. William Crawford continued to work at the Academy for several more years before fully retiring. He passed away in the year 2000 and was buried at the United States Air Force Academy Cemetery in Colorado Springs, the only enlisted Army soldier to be granted that honor. His story lives on, a permanent part of the Academy's culture, a powerful lesson passed down from one class of cadets to the next. It's a reminder that heroes don't always wear capes or carry fancy titles. Sometimes they carry a mop and bucket. Sometimes the quietest person in the room has the loudest story to tell. So next time you walk past someone in a service role, a janitor, a cafeteria worker, a security guard, take a moment, say hello, and remember the story of Bill Crawford, the janitor whose quiet dignity hid the heart of a lion. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible true stories you might not have heard. Let me know in the comments what you think about Bill Crawford's amazing life. We'll see you in the next one.